Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I want to talk about something that I know is on so many of your hearts. It's that feeling when you look at the calendar, you see a certain number, and a wave of questions washes over you. For many of you, that number is 30. And with it comes a flood of emotions about love, about life, about where you thought you would be versus where you are right now. Oh my, there are so many emotions here. So many things you want to say and feel right now. Let's break it down step by step, because your story is worth exploring. I've received so many letters, so many messages from people feeling the weight of expectation. The expectation from society, from family, and most of all, from ourselves. You might be looking around, seeing friends get married, have children, and you're wondering, what about me? Am I behind? Is something wrong with me? I am here to tell you right now that your journey is your own. Your timeline is not meant to be compared to anyone else's. The path you are on is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it feels confusing, even when it feels painful. Today, we are going to walk through this together. We're going to talk about the pressure, the heartbreak, the red flags, and the incredible strength that resides within you. This is not just a conversation. This is a moment for you to reclaim your power, to understand your worth, and to know deep in your soul that you are enough, exactly as you are, right in this moment. We're going to breathe through the uncertainty and find the clarity that you so deeply deserve. So get comfortable, open your heart, and let's begin. Let's talk about this big, looming number 30. It feels like a deadline, doesn't it? A finish line you were supposed to cross with a partner, a loved one, by your side. Society has sold us this story for generations, that by this age, your romantic life should be all figured out. But I want to challenge that. I want you to throw that old, dusty rulebook out the window. The 30s are not a time to panic about relationships. This is your decade of power, of stepping into the most authentic version of yourself. It's a time to focus on the quality of your connections, not the quantity of partners you've had. Everyone's timeline is sacred and unique. Think of it like a garden. Some flowers bloom in the spring, some in the summer, and some in the glorious colors of fall. None is better than the other. They just have their own perfect timing. It is absolutely okay, and in fact, it can be a profound gift to prioritize your own growth, to build your career, to discover what truly sets your soul on fire before you intertwine your life with another's. Your journey isn't a race. There is no trophy waiting for the person who partners up the fastest. The real prize is a life lived with intention, self-awareness, and joy. So if you find yourself single at 30, I don't want you to see it as a lack. I want you to see it as an opportunity to know yourself on the deepest level, to travel, to learn, to build friendships that nourish you, to become your own best friend. The strongest relationships are built between two whole individuals, not two halves searching for completion. Use this time to become so beautifully, unapologetically whole that when love does come, it complements the incredible life you've already built for yourself. That is true power. Now, I know that for many of you, this feeling of being behind is tangled up with a recent or even a past heartbreak. You gave your heart to someone, you built a life with them, and then it ended. And to make it even more painful, perhaps your ex moved on quickly, maybe even with someone who was waiting in the wings, a third party. The sting of that is a pain I wouldn't wish on anyone. It can make you question everything, your worth, your judgment, your entire history together. It's a profound and valid hurt. I want you to hear me on this. Their actions are a reflection of them, not you. The speed at which they move on, the choices they make, the disrespect they may have shown, that is about their own issues, their own emptiness, their own inability to sit with themselves. It is not, and I repeat, it is not a measure of your value. When someone can't be alone, it often means they are running from something within themselves. You, on the other hand, have been given a chance to stand still, to face your feelings, and to heal authentically. This is your time for radical self-investment. It's normal and essential to grieve the future you thought you had, cry the tears, scream into a pillow, write the angry letters you'll never send. Feel it all. But then you must consciously pivot toward your own healing. Pour all the love and energy you were giving them back into yourself. Take that class, book that trip, reconnect with that friend, start that project. Your healing isn't about showing them you've moved on. It's about showing yourself that you can, and you will, create a beautiful life, with or without them. When you've been hurt by infidelity, it's easy to start questioning the very foundation of relationships. You might find yourself thinking, is monogamy a failed concept? Is everyone just bound to cheat? It's a thought born from deep pain, a way for our minds to protect us from future hurt. But let's be clear, monogamy isn't the problem. The issue has always been and will always be with the people involved. It's about the character, the integrity, and the choices of the individuals within that commitment. Infidelity is not an accident. It is a series of choices. It stems from a profound lack of respect, a failure in communication, and a deficit of courage. It's the easier, more cowardly path than facing the problems within the relationship head-on. A person who is truly committed, who respects their partner and themselves, will either communicate their unhappiness and work on it, or they will have the decency to end the relationship before seeking comfort elsewhere. The relationship setup isn't what fails. People fail the relationship. So the bigger question isn't whether monogamy works. The question is, what works for you? What do you believe in? What kind of relationship aligns with your soul? Whether you believe in monogamy or some other form of partnership, the core ingredients remain the same: honesty, deep respect, and open communication. Don't let someone else's betrayal corrupt your own values. Instead, let it clarify what you will and will not accept. Let it strengthen your resolve to only accept a partner who shares your definition of loyalty and commitment. Let's talk about your intuition. That little voice inside, that feeling in your gut. It is the most powerful guidance system you will ever have. How many times have you looked back on a painful situation and realized, I knew it. I felt something was off from the beginning? We so often try to silence that voice with logic, with hope, with excuses for the other person's behavior. We see the red flags, but we choose to believe they are pink, or maybe even beige. We tell ourselves we're just being paranoid. Things like intense jealousy, controlling behavior, a history of infidelity, or that feeling that you're constantly walking on eggshells. These are not small things. They are giant, waving, crimson red flags. They are messages from the universe and from your own inner wisdom, telling you to pay attention. When you notice these signs, especially when someone makes you feel like you have to compete for their affection or that you are their second choice, you have to trust that feeling. That is not the energy of true, healthy love. You, my dear, deserve to be someone's first and only choice. Not an option, not a backup plan, not a secret. You are not a maybe. You are a resounding yes. Settling for being a second choice is an act of self-abandonment. It is telling yourself that you are not worthy of being cherished and prioritized. And you are. You absolutely are. The moment you start trusting your instincts and honoring those red flags by walking away is the moment you start choosing yourself. And that is the greatest love story of all. For many of us, our identity gets wrapped up in the roles we play for others. We are the daughter, the son, the sibling, the parent figure. And sometimes, especially in families, these roles come with heavy expectations and burdens. You might feel like you are the designated caregiver, the problem solver, the one who has to hold everything together, often at the expense of your own peace and your own dreams. Your worth can feel tied to how much you do for everyone else. I want to release you from that burden today. Your worth is not defined by being a parent or a sibling figure. Your value is inherent. It was stamped onto your soul the moment you were born. It does not increase when you solve someone else's problem, and it does not decrease when you choose to protect your own peace. Showing love for your family does not mean you have to set yourself on fire to keep them warm. True love includes healthy boundaries. Protecting your peace is one of the highest forms of self-love and self-respect you can practice. It's saying, I love you, but I also love me, and I cannot pour from an empty cup. It's okay to say no. It's okay to step back. It's okay to put your own well-being first. When you do this, you are not being selfish. You are being sustainable. You are teaching others how to treat you by demonstrating how you treat yourself, with dignity, with respect, and with unconditional love. As we close our time together, I want you to hold on to this truth. Love is not a math problem. It's not something to be calculated based on your age or the number of partners you've had. It's not a race to a finish line. True, deep and lasting love is about depth. It's about profound respect, and it's about a compatibility of souls. It cannot be rushed, and it cannot be forced. Its timeline is a mystery, and the best thing you can do is live fully while you wait for its arrival. If you are hurting, please, heal first, then love. Before you look for a new partner, heal your heart first. Don't use a new person as a bandage for an old wound. That's not fair to them, and it's certainly not fair to you. Do the work, face the pain, rebuild your foundation on the solid ground of self-love. Don't force yourself into a situation that is not healthy for you. Your heart deserves to be whole and ready before you offer it to someone else. And finally, know this in your bones. You are enough. Whether you have a partner or not, you are a valuable, whole, and important person. Enjoy your life now. Travel, nurture your hobbies, laugh with your friends. The right person will come when you're ready, and often when you least expect it, because you'll be so busy loving the life you're living. Don't force yourself into a situation that doesn't make you happy. Your happiness matters most. Go out there and live your one precious life to the fullest.